Hey folks, welcome back. It's Rugby Ascendant Chris live in Central Pennsylvania. And we've got a major north-south, south-north derby today. Stormers were Galant at fullback, Suleiman Hatzebeg on the right wing, Wandisile Simelani and Damien Willemse in the center, Leland Zas on the left wing, Sasha Feinberg, Ungumzulu at the fly half, Kobus Reinach, Evan Ruiz, Ben Jason Dixon, Ruan Ackerman, J.D. Schickerling, Salman Morad as the captain, Neethling Fouché, Andre Hugofente, Ali Vermaak off the bench, Vokazela, Mkunu, Sandy, Andre Smith, Ruben van Heerden, Paul de Veers, Stefan Unger, and Yuri Mattia off the bench. Let me see if we're ready to start, or I can still go a little bit further. No, they're coming out now, so I can still do the Bulls lineup. For the Bulls, they come to town with Villy LaRue at fullback, Sebastian de Klerk on the right wing, Keenan Moody, David Creel in the center, Stravino Jacobs on the left wing, Andre Pollard, and Damien Willemse comes out on the pitch with his 100th cap for the Stormers. Looks like a good-sized crowd at DHL Greenpoint Stadium in the mother city of Cape Town. Andre Pollard at fly half, Paul DeVette. It's scrum half, Jean-Andre Rudolph, Elric Lowe, Marco van Staden, Ron Nortke is the captain, Kobus Visa, Vilko Lowe, Johan Geubela, Steenkamp, Ake van der Merwe, Jan Hendrik Wessels, Mkuno, Ruan Vermaak, Reinhard Ludwig, Nizam Carr, Ambrose Papier, and Devin Williams off the bench. Griffin Colby is the official on the pitch. Mornay Ferreira, Sean Muller, and Marius Junker is the TMO. And that's your lineups for today, folks. Welcome back to the program. It's Chris live in Central Pennsylvania for this event. Thank you for joining me again. Stormers Bulls, this is the derby we all look forward to, the real one in South Africa. There we go. All right, welcome back. We are ready to get started here for this big game. All right, so they're about ready to get started here. As I said, President Trump is going to do a broadcast. It has not started yet. Let me see if I can't, what I can do to get that up on the screen. So I need to add a window. Let me see. I can do this here. Window, browser, source, add Trump. Okay. Okay. That's not what I want. Okay, that didn't work out too well. I need to add a window is what I need to do. So display capture, window capture. We'll do window capture, okay. And 11 Springboks in the starting lineup. And we're underway. Okay. So we're underway here, folks. I'll have the Trump thing up in the corner here when it starts. Bulls with a counter ruck, and ball's around midfield here. 27 seconds in. So kicked into a player. First scrum of the game already. Very quickly we have a scrum. Excuse me. 137 here. Be sure to hit the like button, folks. All right. Oh, yeah. He kicked it right off of Ruan Nortke's back. So scrum to the... should be the Stormers. Yep. Kobus Reinach will put this in. Stormers with a chance here early on. Pack weights 9:14 for the Stormers, 9:37 for the Bulls. Significant advantage there. 24 kgs for the Bulls. Crouch. Bind. Set, says Griffin Colby. Kobus Reinach puts it in the pipe. Ball is available. He digs it out of the back. Sends it over the middle. Damien Willemse sends it to Sasha. Overthrown. Ball bounces. It's picked up by Leland Zas. He bounces off one tackle, two tackles. Brought down by Jean-Andre Rudolph short of midfield. Kobus Reinach. So the Stormers a little bit sloppy there to get started, wearing their hoops, looking like provinces, said the Stormers. Here's a kick by Sasha high into the air to the near side. That's going to find touch if they don't save it. Yep, fades into touch. Hatzebeg had no chance on that, and that was kicked too far. God bless it. Here's a line out for the Bulls. Unchallenged to Nortke. They come away with Papier over the middle. And there's a little bit of obstruction there, not called on the Bulls. That was clearly an obstruction, not called. Big Vilko Lowe breaks through. He's on the loose. Finally, Ripped down by Ben Jason Dixon, but they're down to the 22. The Bulls on the front foot now. Jean-Dre Rudolph at the 22. Papier goes wide outside to Marco van Staden. Escom drops the ball, picked up by Evan Ruiz, and the Stormers are coming back the other direction. Knock on against the Bulls, Marco van Staden. Stormers gunning from my left to my right. Let me get that up very quickly on the screen here, folks. Stormers still with the ball. It's available. Cobus Reinach being told to use it. Ball is high into the air. Bulls are going up. It's taken by, is it Hotzenberg? Suleiman Hotzenberg with a brilliant take there for the Stormers. They've got the ball. Nathan Fouché goes forward. A little bit of sunlight peeking through there. Sasha goes wide. Wandasili Similani's first touch. He drives forward. Tackled around the 45-meter line. And picked up on the loose by Leyland Zas. He throws it up in the air. Winds up in the hands of J.D. Schickerling. He throws it backwards. Picked up by Salman Morat. Sloppy play by the Stormers. And Sasha avoids 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3, 4, 5 tackles. He throws it back into the hands of Ali Fermak and up to midfield. Exciting stuff from Sasha Feinberg-Ungmazulo, but only a couple meters picked up. What is with the sloppy play here? Oh my goodness, the Stormers overthrowing player after player. Players standing around. The Bulls have the ball now. It's a knock-on against the Stormers. Oh, my goodness. They're just standing around with their fingers up their backside. Really getting irritating. My goodness. And why did Salman Morat just watch the ball go right by him? It bounced in the open turf. Stupid play by the Stormers early on. Going to cost them in this game. You cannot give the Bulls any life here. There's a Stormers player down getting treatment. Who is it? Cannot see. Around the 38-meter line. It's actually Cobus Reinach. They're grabbing his knee. That's not good. I hope it's just a stinger. Of course, he's a son of former Springbok wing and an Olympian. Cobus is up. Is he okay? Let's see. Dobson, not happy up in the booth, screaming into the microphone. Okay, Griffin Colby telling Salman Morat he's got to be specific if he's got an allegation. Sorry, folks. These new Stormers jerseys sucks. Late tackle on number 9. That's how he got hurt. Oh yeah. Norkia took him out. That's a cheap shot. Norkia took him out. That's a serious penalty minimum. Tackling player without the ball. Yeah, late tackle. Only a penalty, they say. So Salman Morat's complaining to him about it. He said he never rapped, but Griffin Colby said he did rap. So Sasha will kick for some territory here. And now Cobus Reinach's getting his knee taped up. It looked like his knee buckled, but I mean, it looked like he had much weight on it. He's a little gimpy right now. Hopefully he's okay. The mark is over here. I had the wrong mark. Well, it's going to be about 8 meters further forward. 4 minutes, 31 seconds into the contest. By the way, the President Trump press conference has not started, folks. There's 7,200 likes on the Trump press conference, 12 dislikes. Late tackle. All right, so now we're going to kick to the other side. Sasha going to the near side of the pitch. Better find touch. He does, but it's not that deep. It'll be around the 22, the mark. So the Stormers now in an attacking position here for the first time in this contest. 4:57 into the game. Big crowd in the Mother City, folks. 2 lower levels, pretty full of spectators. Oh, yeah, this is... And even the top levels got people. This is great. I mean, I have never been in a crowd this big, even though Rugby Sevens World Cup wasn't this big. Here's a line out. Successful. Brought down by... Oh, and it's lost and picked up by the Bulls. Oh, look at this chase. Is that the clerk? Who is it? Feinberg. Uzuma throws it back in. And if Damon Willemse has the ball, the Stormers got very lucky to retain possession. Willemse still going for it, all the way up to the 10-meter line. Wow, great work by Damon Willemse. But the Stormers were down at the 22. They're all the way back their own 36-meter line now. They're lucky the Bulls didn't get a try out of that. Very fortunate. Here's a clearance kick. Now Sasha does a clearance kick, and he's tackled without the ball. And it goes into touch. Well, that was a dumb mistake. That's twice now. Twice he's kicked it directly into touch. Sasha not having a good game thus far. Oh, my goodness. So now they give it right back to the Bulls. This is the sort of stupid play that's going to cost us this game. 6 minutes in now, and we got some stupid play coming from the Stormers repeatedly. He got tackled without the ball, thrown to the ground by Cobus Visa. Here's the line out. Khobalar throws it. It's uncontested. And Visa, they're going the outside channels. Here they come. Papier is on the loose. Evan Ruiz gets him. Then Norkia. Khobalar down to 8 meters. The Stormers counter-ruck. They got the ball. Evan Ruiz. Whoa, that was a free ball. Oh, the line out. He's going to come back for a penalty and line out. How are you collapsing lifters? There was no challenge. The Stormers didn't even challenge the line out. Said tackling. I want to see a replay on that. They didn't even challenge it. How could you be collapsing him? So the Bulls get a penalty. They're going to kick for the corner. Pollard puts it in the corner. It's a 7-meter line out. Stormers, mistake after mistake early in this game. Not a good start to this game. Not up for the challenge so far. How can it be tackling lifters? They didn't even challenge the damn line out. They stood there. Khobalar throws it in. They go into a mall. Stormers are there. Mall's going nowhere. All we see are Burger King on the back of their jerseys, the Bulls jerseys. Papier brings it out. They cut back inside. Sebastian Leclerc. He's tackled at the 5-meter line, driven backwards by the Stormers' stout defense. Here's another carry. This is Elric Lowe, 5-meter line. Papier does the dummy, dumps it off to Norkia. 5-meter line. Obstruction. Who's got obstruction? Oh, Martin van Staden driven back. Papier. And the Bulls not really getting anywhere at the moment, but any break can happen. Vilko Lowe goes over Damon Willemse. Offside. It's penalty. Now they're playing advantage. The Bulls are playing advantage. Offside on the Stormers. Damon Willemse was called offside. 8:22. Where's the offsides at? It must have come later. Oh, that's marginal. I don't agree with that call. 8:40 off the clock. Time is on. Tap and go. They go out in the channels. They're going to drive into touch. And the Stormers drive him into touch. Well done. Leyland Zotz over there on the defense. Oh, a little pushing and shoving going on. Wow, well done by Leyland Zotz. They drove him into touch. Elric Lowe couldn't get around that outside. So good to see him playing rugby once again after that vicious knee injury. Griffin Colby's like, okay, calm down, Bulls. So it's a line out to the Stormers, 5 meters out, but they've got to secure this. They get it. Players touched in the air. Where's the penalty there? He was actually hit in the air. No call, no advantage called. Come on, Griffin Colby, get your head out of your backside. Player was touched in the air. That should have been a penalty. Oh, Sasha does a dummy. Yeah, late call. Exactly, thank you. They finally called the penalty. The TMO said there was a penalty. I agree. Touching the lifter. That was much more obvious than anything the Stormers were called on. So they blow the whistle and late call. Penalty. Now Sasha will be able to kick it in touch. He had a fumble, nearly dropped the ball in the try zone there, picked it up. The player, he rushed past him, went forward, kicked it, but it's all for naught because it was dead ball. So the Stormers now kick from the hash mark from their 5-meter line. Just waiting for the ball to show up. Here it goes. Griffin Colby runs it down, sends it over to Sasha. So he backs up. Sasha looking for some territory here. He's already screwed this up twice. And that one's going to find touch, and that'll get the Stormers out of the shadow of their goal, out around the 40-meter line. Pretty good kick, actually. And here it is. Yeah, players clearly touch here. Norkia hit the player in the air. I'm like, I screamed that left and right. It should never have been a play. It should have been dead right then and there. All right, folks, 146 people currently here. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done it. Here's a line out. Andre Hugafenta throws it in. Not challenged by the Bulls. It wasn't straight, so that's fortunate. Ruiz bounces off one tackler. Driving forward, still going, places the ball. Evan Ruiz. Cobus Reinach now. Kicks it high into the air. Ball, there's a chase by Zas over there. He goes up, and Sebastian de Klerk, what a brilliant job coming down with it. De Klerk cuts up midfield. Oh, just tackled. Nearly broke through there. Nearly had a line break. Oh, the Bulls have a lot of players out here. Villaru's first touch. Ball's tackled, 10 meters line. Van Staden gets up and goes. Ball's lost. Knock on the Bulls. Good tackle there by Salman Morat. Wow, sloppy stuff here. Marco van Staden lost the ball forward. Oh, no, it wasn't stripped. It was just a good tackle. He just lost it on his hip. So we're going to have a scrum here. But this was a fair contest. Great job by Sebastian de Klerk. He and Zas went up in the air and collided. A clear, fair contest. They both hit each other midair. 55% possession for the Stormers, but nothing to show for it. Territory's 81% the Bulls side. Nothing to show for it. "12 minutes into the contest. President Trump still not doing his news conference. It's running late here. Bind. Set. So Cobus Reinach digs it out of the back, sends it over the middle. Here come the Stormers. Damian Willemse through the center. Drives forward, places the ball. Reinach does a dummy, then throws it to Salman Morat, who does a dummy pass. And Jandre Rudolph has got a hold of him and tackles him. Cobus Reinach decides to come back this direction. It's kicked. What the heck is this? Similani kicks in the air. Who's going to get this one? It's knocked on by the Stormers. It's a knock-on advantage for the Bulls. They have the ball. Ball's available. They're going to kick it away? Nope, they're going to play it. Marco van Staden goes right into Ali Vermaak, and he's tackled. Nathan Fouché on the tackle. Ruck is formed 13 minutes, 8 seconds into the contest, and we've got Ambrose Papier trying to dig it out of the back. Call to use it. Vilko Low steps back. Kicked high in the air. The knock-on advantage is over now. And Sasha gets hit while he's in the air, but he comes down with the ball. And Cobus Reinach digs it out of there. Someone hit his hand, but he held on to it. Similani, dangerous pass to Salman Morat in the middle. Cobus goes to Similani again. Wandesili Similani trying to get something going here. Nothing happening. The Bulls off their feet. How about a penalty? Just diving in the freaking ruck. Oh, that's a tackle. Taking out the player's knees. Picked up by Cobus Reinach. Gets it back to Nathan Fouché. The Stormers need to get some open field running here. Yeah, okay, now the Stormers are playing advantage here. They're playing an advantage. Don't kick it away. Oh, my goodness. Bounces right off freaking shoulder. Oh, my goodness. Ruan Ackerman just got hit in the shoulder with it. So they were playing an advantage anyway. Stormers playing an advantage there. Wow, we're losing viewers. What's going on? This is some really good commentary, huh? Mad Max is in fine form today. Not rolling away is the call. So, Sasha, let's get this down there and get a good line out this time. No score 15 minutes in this contest. The Lions stole one, and he doesn't get any touch. Another shitty kick from Sasha. Villaru's sends it back the other direction. All the way back. The Stormers have it back at the 30-meter line instead of being all the way back the other end. Squandering opportunity after opportunity here. That ball comes loose, and the Bulls have it. Vilko Low. Here comes Rowan Norkia. He gets it. There they come. Marco van Staden down the near side. Oh, big hit by the Stormers. Knocks the ball loose. They have it. What a huge hit on Ambrose Papier. An advantage by the Stormers for the knock-on. Cobus Reinach, and it's lost. Oh, my goodness. Ackerman is having a terrible day. Can't hold on to the ball. The Stormers drop a second one there in quick succession. And Dobson not happy about that up in the booth. Thank you, Paul de Klerk. Oh, man, Similani had that hit on Papier. Embrus Papier. My goodness. Ackerman's just dropped 2 balls. So we're going to have a scrum here. 15 minutes, 43 seconds. And clock is stopped. Embrus looks a little shaken by that. Stormers are talking. They need to get their head in the game. It's not going very well at this point. They should be scoring points. Instead, they're knocking the ball on, turning it over repeatedly. Officially 3 handling errors for each side, but there's more than that at this stage. What do we got there? Somebody just... Carlene, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate it. How are we doing in subscribers? We picked up a few subscribers on the stream. Clock is still stopped. Pollard on the pitch, telling players where to go. Time is off, 15:43. Griffin Colby getting ready for the scrum here. Water carriers heading off the pitch. Okay, dude, you cannot dance. The big fat white guy needs to sit down. 55,000 people at this game is announced. Wow. No tickets available. Sellout crowd. Crouch. Time on. Bind. And the whistle blows. He never got set. Boy, if Neethi Fouché doesn't look like a 70s porn star, I don't know who does. He looks like he's a star in Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg. Little Dirk Diggler. They're doing the Mexican wave at DHL Greenpoint Stadium. At a sold-out DHL Greenpoint Stadium, must be pandemonium. Somebody's having a lot of fun. First derby of the new year. Ah, look at that. Everybody. Here we go. Crouch. Bind. Set. Cobus Ronock to put it in. And the Mexican wave continues. And this one's going sideways. Get it out of there, Cobus. He does. Here come the Stormers. Wandasili Similani kicks it over to Gelant. The ball goes high in the air. Oh, Zas overran it. Oh, and there goes Willie LaRue. Other direction to Kaden Moody. He kicks it forward. The chase is on. And, caught in the air by Sasha Feinberg Ungumzulu. Wow, we got some scintillating play here, but nothing coming from it. Willie LaRue got that started, went to Kaden Moody, who kicked it forward as I was being tackled. Sasha sends it back the other direction. All the way back to the other 22. Willie LaRue, no, it's Andre Pollard. Pollard high into the air. Oh, nice catch there, but immediate tackle by the Bulls. And now Ackerman picks up the ball and goes with it, playing the role of scrum half. Cobus Reinach, ball's free, better get it out of there. Salman Morat now. The Stormers just... and Salman Morat loses. Embrus Papier kicks it through. He's going to get a try easily if he can just get there. I don't know if he got it. Did he get it? We're going to go to TMO. I could not see if he got it before he hit the line. He may have gotten Embrus Papier. He thinks he got it. Let's see. We're going to the booth. He got it. He got it. Wow. Wow, that's a try. That's a try. Looked like a try to me. Was his knee out? Oh, his knee is out. No try. No try. Woo. His knee was out. Wow. Wow. In the replay, his knee is out. Wow. Wow, he almost got that. His knee just caught the line. Here we're going to go. His knee is out. He's out.
He can be touch and go, but
I'm not sure they're going to give this one.
he's out, yeah.
He's out.
It is a grounding, but he's out.
Yeah, he's out. No try. Man, heartbreak for the Bulls.
Marius Juncker, who is the TMO.
He's clearly out.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad luck for the Bulls. That was a hell of a play by Ambrose.
The thing is,
Okay, so Griff, he's running the ball. The player has already crossed the dead ball.
Yep,
okay, so no try. Ball is dead. They have an option for 22 or scrum where the ball was kicked. Thank you, Marius.
Matt, well spotted.
Okay. All right, so
Take the scrum where the ball's kicked.
Decision is no try. Player is dead, yeah, so you've got an option.
No try. Take the scrum. Wow. Tough break for Ambrose Papier. Papier really did a great job there, but just his knee just slid through. So I would take the scrum all the way back where it was kicked at. Stormers get lucky there, folks. That crowd is loud. That was lucky. Stormers will have the ball at the 35-meter line. It'll be a scrum to them. Man, living dangerously here are my Stormers. Living dangerously. Need to get it together. By the way, folks, in case you're wondering about that Trump press conference, it has not started yet. Half hour after it was scheduled. He's on Cyril Ramaphosa time. 161 people currently here. 2,000 views. Let's get it up, folks. Not those other boring channels you're watching. Set piece. They lead the league in line-out throws. 119 line-outs. 127 scrums. 152. Time is back on. Crouch. 17:50 off the clock. Bind. Set. Kobus Reinach needs to put it in. He gets it out of the back, sends it over to Similani. Similani kicks it forward. The chase is on, but the Bulls are going to get there first. And it's Villarreal bouncing off a tackle, taking down the 10-meter line. Kobus Visa taken down by Ackerman. The ball comes loose. Tackle's already made. He didn't release, I guess. Schickerling stripped the ball. He didn't release the tackle. So Pollard will kick for territory here, and the Stormers will find themselves back in trouble again. Let's see where the mark is. 23-meter line. Here's the replay. Yep, he never released. Yep, that was definitely the right call there against the Stormers. (19-14). Line out is unchallenged. The Bulls come down with it. Grobbelaar to Keenan Moody. He's tackled. Ambrose over to Vilcolo. It's lost forward by the Bulls. Yep. So Stormers will have a scrum. 20 minutes in, not a particularly exciting contest. 55,000 people probably a little frustrated to see no scoring in this game. Sasha Feinberg Unguzula not having a good game. Roland Ackerman not having a good game. Here we go. Yeah, they're begging Trump to take action so they can cry victim. That's what they've been doing all year. They just get more pronounced in it. The Stormers have won 4 scrums. The Bulls have won none. Crouch. Bad time to lose one here. It'd be a penalty. Bind. Set. Stormers get it out of there. Kobus over to Gelant. Gelant all the way back to the 30-meter line, and Billy LaRue has it. He's going to kick it back the other direction. We got a player down here in a fetal position. Warwick Gelant is down. Did he get hit late? He's in a fetal position. He made the kick. What happened to Warwick Gelant? Oh, we're going to have to stop here and see what happened to Warwick Gelant. 20:57. Time is off, 21. No, it's Ali Farmak. He looks to be in serious discomfort. Sama Murat speaking Afrikaans to the official. Ali Farmak does not look good. I think his day is over. He knows it. Is he getting up? He gets up. Is he all right? The doc comes out on the pitch. There's a doctor on the pitch. They're talking to Ali Farmak now. And there's a nurse out there too. What the hell is going on? They brought a card out. What happened to him? Ali Farmak is leaving the game. Kuna will come in. I did not see what happened there. Ali Farmak comes in. That's a capable replacement. But what happened? I mean, Ali Farmak goes out, but Nkunu comes in. Tuku Nkunu comes in. I did not see what happened to Ali Farmak. Was away from the play. He knows he's done, though. You could see it. He was in a fetal position there for a little bit. No, it didn't look good. I remember when I was at the game when Brock Harris's career ended. That still breaks my heart. So the Stormers will have a line out at 10-meter line, but Andre Hugafente can barely see. They touch the player in the air again, and no penalty called again. Griffin Colby needs to get a pair of glasses. So the maul is still going forward, and Jean-Andre Rudolph is around the wrong side of the maul. No penalty called there. Finally a penalty. Kick to the corner here. Collapsing the maul, called against the Bulls. So Andre Rudolph was in the wrong position of that all along. Should have been called for penalty sooner. 21-41 here now, and Sasha Feinberg-Ungumzula will kick this ball. All right, we're going to go for the corner, not taking easy 3 points, and it was not a good kick. We gained 15 meters. You might as well take in 3 points. Yeah, Jean-Andre Rudolph definitely collapsed in that maul. So it's a line out. They get it. They come away with it. They're into a maul. Ben Jason Dixon came down with it. Maul goes forward. There goes going forward. Broken free. It's Evan Ruiz down to about 10 meters. Kobus Reinach over the middle to Damien Willemse. Willemse is tackled quickly by Kobus, by Marco van Staden. Sasha to Leyland Zas. Get your big head out of the way. Somebody's blocking the camera. Fenton now with a carry. Kobus Reinach's going to go back towards the middle. They're only 10 minutes. The ball comes loose. Sasha. Oh, now he runs back to the 22. Looks for space. Runs right into 2 tacklers. Stormers, come on, man. What's going on here? They're going to go for drop goal. And he misses an easy drop goal. Wide right. So Willemse, a terrible drop goal attempt. Oh, my goodness. Here's a kick. It goes straight into touch. Oh, that's bad news for Pollard. So what are we going to get? Scrum chosen. So the Stormers take a scrum in the middle of the pitch. Because Andre Pollard kicked that straight into touch, folks. By the way, that press conference with Trump is still not started. Wow. Maybe at halftime, the way this is going, might be able to cover the press conference. It's a Stormers scrum at the 22 on the Bulls side of the pitch. They've had the ball on this end of the field most of the first half, 25 minutes nearly off the clock, and they have no points to show for it. Crouch. Bind. Set. And Kobus Reinach puts it in there, and the Bulls go down their elbow on the ground. No penalty called. Why do we get a reset? The Bulls had an elbow on the ground. Going to reset the scrum. Kobus Visa looks a little tired. Stormers need to get their act together. It's not looking too good here. Not looking too good. Someone says Cardiff will make the final. I don't think so. All right, reset of the scrum. 25 minutes, 26 seconds off the clock. A sold-out DHL Greenpoint Stadium, 55,000 in attendance. Crouch. Bind. Set. It buckles, but Kobus gets it out of there. And Reinach gets loose. He gets it outside to Phillips, who drops it. It's picked up by Creel, and Pollard has it, and the Stormers turn it over. But did they win it on the counter ruck? No. Bulls still have it. Kobus Visa now. He's tackled. That was a big hit by Neethling Fouché. Oh, side entry. Be careful, Stormers. Warren Ackerman comes in from the side. No penalty called on the Stormers. Could have been a penalty there. Here's a clearance kick by Ambrose. Over the top it goes. It's knocked backwards by the Bulls and off of a boot and into the hands of a Stormer. Hotzenbeck did great work there. And then Ben Jason Dixon driving forward. Stormers have got to get some points here. This is getting old. Sasha, Damien Willemse, he kicks it through. It's going to go down to about the 5-meter line, picked up by Villy LaRue on the fly. He's going to kick it for touch. And that's a pretty good clearance kick by Villy LaRue. Going to get out to about 37 meters. Got a wry smile on his face. Villy LaRue, the veteran, the Bulls coaching staff, pretty happy about that. Here's a line out coming. Stormers have got to make something happen here. The longer you let the Bulls hang around, the more dicey this game will become. It doesn't look like a sold-out stadium from that end. Kobus Reinach. Oh, that's a forward pass, but it bounces backwards. Oh, no. They let Stevino Jakobs get to it. The Stormers turn it over again. Stupid play on their part again. Trump is ready. Why am I not hearing anything?
Armed forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II.
Damon Willems said getting some treatment out on his ribs.
It was a force against
Clock
a
stopped at
heavily
28:09.
fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence
Oh, Reclo dropped that ball.
in American history. And if you think about it, we've done some
28 minutes, no
other
score.
good ones like the attack on Soleimani, the attack on al-Baghdadi, and the obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently in an operation known as Midnight Hammer. All perfectly executed and done.
It's a scrum
No
to the
nation
Stormers.
in the world could achieve what America achieved yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was
A penalty
dark.
against the Stormers. Oh, my goodness. Scrum
Lights
penalty.
of Caracas were largely turned off
Pollard a kick for the corner now.
due to a certain
Collapsing the scrum.
expertise that we
Bad time to get a
have.
penalty.
It was dark.
Called
It
against
was
Kuno.
deadly. But captured along with his wife, Celia Flores,
Pollard, did he overcook it?
both of whom now face American justice. Maduro and Flores have been indicted in the Southern District of New York. It's Jay Clayton for their campaign of deadly
5-meter line out for the Bulls now.
narco-terrorism against the United States and its citizens.
Knocking on the Stormers' door.
I want to thank the men and women of our military who achieved such an extraordinary success overnight.
Herbert ought to throw it
Taking
in.
Speed, power, precision, and competence.
Good time to steal one, boys.
You rarely see anything like it. You've
And
seen
Jean-Louis
some
Rudolph
days in
comes
this
down with
country
it.
That didn't go so well.
Tackle the 5-meter line. Penalty for touching the lifter.
If you look back to Afghanistan,
Bulls are playing advantage.
If you look back to the Jimmy Carter days, they were different days. We're
Ambrose to
respected
Norkia.
country
He's
again,
driven
like-
backwards.
Maybe like never before. These highly trained warriors operating
Marco von
in
Staden. He's driven
collaboration
backwards. Now
with
they're
US
10 meters
law
away.
enforcement, caught
Stormers a
them
big
in
counter ruck,
very
but they were
ready
playing
position.
advantage.
They were waiting for us. They knew we had many ships out in the sea, just sort of waiting. They knew we were coming, so they were in a ready, what's called a ready position. But they were completely overwhelmed.
Pollard goes quick and gets the try
very
as the
quickly
Stormers stand around and whine.
incapacitated. If you would have seen what I saw last night, you would have been very impressed. I'm not sure that you'll ever get to see it, but it was an incredible thing to see. Not a single American service member was killed, and not a single piece of American equipment was lost. We had many helicopters, many planes, many people involved in that fight. Think of that. Not one piece of military equipment was lost.
Stormers
Not one
stood around crying.
service member
About a
was
penalty.
more importantly killed. The United States military is the strongest and most fearsome military on the planet by far. With capabilities and skills our enemies can scarcely begin to imagine. We have the best equipment anywhere in the world. There's no equipment like what we have, and you see that even if you just look at the boats. You know, we've knocked out 97% of the drugs coming in by sea. 90%. Each boat kills 25, on average, 25,000 people. We knocked out
Missed the conversion.
97%. And those drugs mostly come from a place called Venezuela. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious
Stormers screwing around.
transition. So
Undefeated
we don't wanna
team.
be involved with
Against a team that's lost 4
having
games.
somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long
31-40 off the
years.
clock first half.
So we are going to run
Ball's
the
knocked
country
backwards. Who's going to get
until
it?
such time as
Finally
we can
chased
do a
down by
safe,
Ben Jason Dixon.
proper, and judicious
And the Bulls 42-meter
transition.
line.
And it has to be judicious.
It's a knock-on to be a scrum to the Stormers.
Because that's what we're all about. We want peace,
Thanks, Mike.
liberty,
Thanks,
and justice
CB.
for the
Thanks,
great
Max.
people of
Super
Venezuela.
chats.
And that includes many from Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We've had decades of that. We're not going to let that happen.
Bulls fans excited in Mother City.
We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place.
So it is
we're gonna
regime
stay
change.
Until such time as we're going to run it, essentially, until such time as a proper
It's a
transition
scrum for the
can take
Stormers
place.
deep in Bulls territory.
As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust,
Cobus
a total
Reinach.
bust for a long period of time.
Ball's
They were
available.
pumping
Evan
almost
Ruiz comes away with
nothing by
it.
comparison to what
Film
they
say gets
could
hit hard and the ball goes
have been
backwards
pumping, and
We got
what
a
could have
penalty here.
taken place.
on the scrum.
We're going
Stormers
to have our
can take 3 points so
very
they can kick to the
large
corner.
United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken
They're going for the post.
infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first wave, if you'd like to call it that, the first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared
Sasha
to do
lines up
a
the
second wave,
penalty
a
conversion.
much bigger wave, actually. This was pinpoint, but we have a much bigger wave that
34 minutes off the
probably
clock.
we won't have to do.
He's going to get
This
that
partnership of
5-3.
Venezuela with the United States of America, a country that everybody wants to be involved with because of what we were able to do and accomplish, will make the people of Venezuela rich, independent, and safe. And it will also make the many, many people from Venezuela that are living in the United States extremely happy. They suffered.
Here's the
They
restart.
suffered.
Oh, there goes Leyland Zoss down the sideline. He's still going. Down to the 22. He's finally tackled by Billy LaRue. And the Stormers show up in force. Ben Jason Dixon is tackled, and the ball's lost forward.
Colossal
Damn.
amounts of deadly
Wasted
and
opportunity.
illicit drugs into the United States. As alleged in the indictment, he personally oversaw the vicious cartel known as Cartel
Oh, a penalty on the
de
Bulls.
las Solas.
So they can
which
take the lead
flooded
here if
our
they want, or
nation
they're going to
with
kick for the
lethal
corner.
Poison responsible
Billy
for
LaRue
the
get-
deaths of countless
Is he getting a yellow
Americans,
card or is he injured?
Many, many Americans.
Yeah, Billy LaRue goes in the sin bin for
Thousands
cynical
over
tackle.
years of Americans
Wow.
died because of him. Maduro and his wife
Yellow
will soon
card.
face the full might of American justice and stand trial on American soil. Right now, they're
Wow.
on a ship they'll be heading to, ultimately New York, and then a decision will be made, I assume, between New York and Miami or Florida. But we have people where the overwhelming evidence of their crimes will be presented in a court of law. And I've seen it. I've seen what we have. It's both horrible and breathtaking that something like this could have been allowed to take place. For many years after his term as president of Venezuela expired, Maduro remained in power and waged a ceaseless campaign of
Devin
violence,
Williams is in for
terror,
Kane and Moody.
and subversion against the United States of America, threatening not only our people, but the stability of the
Stormers
entire
line out
region.
successful.
And you also,
8
in
meters out.
addition to
Evan Russ
trafficking
is tackled.
gigantic
No,
amounts
now
of
he's
illegal
tackled.
drugs that inflicted untold suffering and human
We got a mess at the
destruction
breakdown
all
here.
over
Cobus
the
Reinach.
country, all over in particular.
Kuno grabbed around the neck right in front of the official.
Maduro's
High
sent
tackle.
savage and murderous gangs, including the bloodthirsty prison gang Tren de Aragua, to terrorize American communities nationwide, and he did indeed.
36 minutes.
They were in Colorado. They took over apartment complexes. They cut the fingers off people if they called police. They were brutal, but they're not so brutal now. And I just have to
They're going to go for 5-meter lineout instead of
congratulate
the
our
points.
military, Pete, and everybody, and our National Guard. because the job that they've done, whether it's in Washington, D.C., where we have a totally safe
All right.
city,
Stormers
where it was
line
one
out.
of the most unsafe cities anywhere in the world, frankly. And now we have no crime in Washington, D.C. We haven't had a killing. We had
5-minute line out to the
terrorist
Stormers, 36 minutes,
attack
20
a few
seconds.
weeks ago.
Under Hugo Fenta to
Little
throw
bit
it
of a
in.
different kind of
Stormers need to try here.
a threat, but we haven't had a killing in
Not challenged.
a
They
long
come
period
down
of
with
time,
it.
6-7 months. We used to have two,
Driven towards the sideline.
on average 2 a week.
There's a penalty advantage they're playing
Washington,
already.
the capital. We don't have that anymore. The restaurants are opening. Everyone's happy.
It's
go in,
another
they walk
penalty
in
for the
their
Bulls.
daughters,
3
they
penalties
walk
down
in
here
their
within 5 meters.
Children, their wives, they walk to
Tap and go, boys. Forget the line out.
restaurants are opening all over Washington, D.C. So I want to thank the National Guard. I want to thank our military. And I want to thank law enforcement. It's been amazing. And they should do it with more cities. We're doing it, as you know. And
There's a
doing
warning
it
to the
in
Bulls. It's
Memphis,
the third
Tennessee
penalty.
right now, and crime is down. We've just sort of started a few weeks ago, but crime is down now 77%.
Can we talk about Venezuela, their
the governor
president,
of Louisiana
Trump?
called, great person, and he wanted us to help him, as you know, in a certain very nice part of
Here we
Louisiana.
go, another line out. That one didn't
And
go
we
particularly
have
well.
done that, and it was a rough section, and we have crime down. I understand it's down to almost nothing already after 2.5 weeks.
Line out
New
successful.
Orleans, it's down to almost nothing.
Moment we're at, he hands
And
it
we've
off,
only been
and
there
the
for
Stormers are going
2.5
nowhere.
weeks. Can't imagine
It's
why
collapsed.
governors wouldn't want us to
Ball's
help.
available.
We also helped. as
Kobus
you know,
Reinach to Damon
Chicago,
Willemse.
and crime went down a little
Stormers
bit
are
there.
just
We did
8 meters
very
out.
small
Reinach.
help because we had no
Okuno drives down to 5 meters.
We have
Reinach.
no
Stormers building pressure
working
here.
ability
Sasha
with
kicks
the
it to the
government.
wing. It's too
The
much.
government
Sit
there
down.
was disaster.
These idiots stand in front of the camera.
We're pulling out of there.
Gee, many
When you
crickets.
need us, we'll know. You'll know.
Stormers
We'll be
kick it
ready
straight
to
at a touch. I don't think they're playing an
And
advantage either.
likewise, Los Angeles, where we saved Los Angeles early on, where the head of the police department made a
Well,
statement
something's
that
happened. He's talking
if
to
the federal
Roanoke.
government didn't come in, we would have lost Los Angeles. That's long after the fires. That's when they had the riots in Los Angeles. We did a great job. Got no credit for it whatsoever, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. We don't need the credit.
You've got time to speak to them now.
If he's given. And Salman Murat also needs to keep his cool there.
He already warned him a minute ago. Why did they get a second warning? That's crap. It should be a second card.
Capital. We took it from being a
6.5 minutes left on
crime-ridden
Villa
mess
LaRue's card.
to being one of the
I mean, this
safest
all started with a
cities in the
cynical
country.
tackle, which stopped a try.
The gangs that they sent raped,
So they're going to do a 5-meter line out
tortured,
again.
and murdered American women and children. They were in all of the cities I mentioned, Trinidad, Aragua, and they were sent by Maduro to terrorize our people. And now Maduro will never again be able to threaten an American citizen or
Third attempt at this line out.
anybody from Venezuela. There will no longer be threats. For years, I've highlighted the stories of
Which
those
ball do we
innocent
use?
American whose lives were
What are they doing? They're going to scrum? What's going
heartlessly
on?
robbed by this Venezuelan terrorist organization.
Oh, they got to kick it
really
in
one of
touch
the
again.
worst. One
There
of
it
the
is.
worst. They say the worst.
5-meter line out.
Americans like 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary from Houston. Beautiful Jocelyn Nungary. What happened to her? They, as you know, they kidnapped, assaulted,
So it's a 7-meter
and
line out. Why are they doing this? It was a 5-meter line out.
Aragua.
They come down with it again, and
Animals,
the
they murdered
Stormers driving. There they go, Evan Ruiz. Try, Stormers!
They're dead under
Yeah,
the bridge.
baby!
There was a bridge.
38-35. Evan Ruiz with a try.
Never be the same to
Finally.
so many people after seeing what happened. As I've said many times, the Maduro
About damn
regime
time,
emptied
man.
out their
It's
prisons,
about damn time.
sent
There we
their
go.
worst and most
There we
violent
go.
monsters
There we go.
into the United
Finally.
States
Yeah.
to steal
Woo.
American
There we
lives.
go. Finally.
And they came from mental
Evan Ruiz with a
institutions
try.
and insane asylums. They came from prisons and jails. The reason I say both, they
He
sound
went around the
similar.
outside.
Prisons,
It's going to be a tough conversion on this one.
a little bit more hostile, a little bit
He
tougher.
had Andre Hugo on his back, too.
Mental institutions.
No, it wasn't
and stuff.
Fenta. It was
Insane
J.D. Schickerling on his
We
back.
got them both. They sent from their mental institutions. They sent from their jails, prisons. They were drug dealers. They were drug kingpins. They sent everybody bad into the United States. But no longer. And we have now a border where nobody gets through. In addition, Venezuela unilaterally seized and stole American oil, American assets, and American platforms, costing us billions and billions of dollars. They did this a while ago, but we never had a president that did anything about it. They took all of our property. It was our property. We built it. And we never had a president that decided to
Conversion
do
was
anything
no good.
about it. Instead,
Here's
they
a restart.
walked
Evan
away
Lewis at the
somewhere
22. He has it. He's charging up the
10,000
pitch.
miles away.
No
We built
conversion.
Venezuela oil industry with American talent, drive, and skill, and the socialist regime stole it from us during those previous administrations.
And that's gonna be
they
the half.
stole it through force. This constituted one of the largest thefts of American property in the history of our country.
Halftime,
Considered the
8-5.
largest theft of property in the history of our country. Massive oil infrastructure was taken like we were babies.
Wow,
so
place
we
is
didn't do
packed,
anything
man.
about it. I would have done something about it.
8-5
America
halftime.
will never allow foreign powers to rob our people or drive us back into and out of our own hemisphere. That's what they did. Furthermore, under the now deposed dictator Maduro, Venezuela was increasingly hosting foreign adversaries in our region and acquiring menacing offensive weapons that could threaten U.S. interests and lives. And they used those weapons last night. Potentially in league with the cartels operating along our border. All of these actions were in gross violation of the core principles of American foreign policy, dating back more than 2 centuries, and not anymore. All the way back, it dated to the Monroe Doctrines, and the Monroe Doctrine is a big deal, but we've superseded it by a lot. By a real lot. They now call it the Monroe Document. I don't know. It's Monroe Doctrine. We sort of forgot about it. It was very important, but we forgot about it. We don't forget about it anymore. Under our new national security strategy, American dominance in the Western Hemisphere will never be questioned again. Won't happen. So just in concluding, for decades, other administrations have neglected or even contributed to these growing security threats in the Western Hemisphere. Under the Trump administration, we are reasserting American power in a very powerful way in our home region. And our home region is very different than it was just a short while ago. The future will be, and we did this in my first term. We had great dominance in my first term, and we have far greater dominance right now. Everyone's coming back to us. The future will be determined by the ability to protect commerce and territory and resources that are core to national security. These are core to our national security. Just like tariffs are, they've made our country rich, and they've made our national security stronger than ever before. But these are the iron laws that have always determined global power, and we're going to keep it that way. We will secure our borders. We will stop the terrorists. We will crash the cartels, and we will defend our citizens against all threats, foreign and domestic. Other presidents may have lacked the courage or whatever to defend America, but I will never allow terrorists and criminals to operate with impunity against the United States. This extremely successful operation should serve as warning to anyone who would threaten American sovereignty or endanger American lives. Very importantly, the embargo on all Venezuelan oil remains in full effect. The American Armada remains poised in position, and the United States retains all military options until United States demands have been fully met and fully satisfied. All political and military figures in Venezuela should understand what happened to Maduro can happen to them, and it will happen to them if they aren't just, fair, even to their people. The dictator and terrorist, Maduro, is finally gone, and Venezuela people are free. They're free again. It's been a long time for them, but they're free. America is a safer nation this morning. It's a prouder nation this morning because it didn't allow this horrible person and this country that was doing very bad things to us. It didn't allow it to happen. And the Western Hemisphere is right now a much safer place to be. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank General Raisin Kane. He's a fantastic man. I've worked with a lot of generals. I worked with some I didn't like. I worked with some I didn't respect. I worked with some that just weren't good. But this guy is fantastic. I watched last night one of the most precise attacks on sovereignty. I mean, it was an attack for justice. And I'm very proud of him, and I'm very proud of our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, who I'm going to ask to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Finally, a commander-in-chief the world respects and the American people deserve. And as the President said, words can barely capture the bravery and the power and the precision of this historic operation. A massive joint military and law enforcement raid flawlessly executed by the greatest Americans our country has to offer. American warriors are second to none, the best in the world and the best of our country. What all of us witnessed last night was sheer guts and grit, gallantry, and glory of the American warrior. I'm simply humbled by such men. And I tip my hat to our chairman, Dan Raisin Kane, and all those Americans who stood watch last night. Our warriors are the elite of America, and again, President Trump has your back. No other country on planet Earth, and it's not even close, could pull this kind of operation off. And no other president has ever shown this kind of leadership, courage, and resolve, the most powerful combination the world has ever seen. As the President said, our adversaries remain on notice. America can project our will anywhere, anytime. The coordination, the stealth, the lethality, the precision, the very long arm of American justice, all on full display in the middle of the night. Nicolas Maduro had his chance, just like Iran had their chance, until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out. President Trump is deadly serious about stopping the flow of gangs and violence to our country. Deadly serious about stopping the flow of drugs and poison to our people. Deadly serious about getting back the oil that was stolen from us. And deadly serious about reestablishing American deterrence and dominance in the Western Hemisphere. This is about the safety, security, freedom, and prosperity of the American people. This is America first. This is peace through strength. And the United States War Department is proud to help deliver it. Welcome to 2026. And under President Trump, America is back. I'd like to welcome now our chairman, Chairman Raisin Kane, to give a few more details about the operation. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning. Last night, on the order of the President of the United States and in support of a request from the Department of Justice, as the President said, the United States military conducted an apprehension mission in Caracas, Venezuela, to bring to justice two indicted persons, Nicolas and Cecilia Maduro. This operation, known as Operation Absolute Resolve, was discreet, precise, and conducted during the darkest hours of January 2nd and was the culmination of months of planning and rehearsal, an operation that, frankly, only the United States military could undertake. What I'd like to do this morning is talk to you through some of the preparation and the details without compromising any of our tactics, techniques, and procedures. There is always a chance that we'll be tasked to do this type of mission again. Our interagency work began months ago and built on decades of experience of integrating complex air, ground, space, and maritime operations. While the past 2 decades have honed the skills of our special operations forces, this particular mission required every component of our joint force, with soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians working in unison with our intelligence agency partners and law enforcement teammates in an unprecedented operation. We leveraged our unmatched intelligence capabilities and our years of experience in hunting terrorists. And we could not have done this mission without the incredible work by various intelligence agencies, including the CIA, NSA, and NGA. We watched, we waited, we prepared, we remained patient and professional. This mission was meticulously planned, drawing lessons from decades of missions over the last many years, many missions over these last many years. This was an audacious operation that only the United States could do. It required the utmost of precision and integration within our joint force. And the word integration does not explain the sheer complexity of such a mission. An extraction so precise it involved more than 150 aircraft launching across the Western Hemisphere in close coordination, all coming together in time and place to layer effects for a single purpose: to get an interdiction force into downtown Caracas while maintaining the element of tactical surprise. Failure of one component of this well-oiled machine would have endangered the entire mission, and failure is never an option for America's joint force. Those in the air over Caracas last night were willing to give their lives for those on the ground and in the helicopters. Let me talk a little bit about the preparation. After months of work by our intelligence teammates to find Maduro and understand how he moved, where he lived, where he traveled, what he ate, what he wore, what were his pets, in early December, our force was set pending a series of aligned events. Key was choosing the right day to minimize the potential for civilian harm and maximize the element of surprise, and minimize the harm to the indicted personnel so, as the president said, they could be brought to justice. And as the president said earlier today, weather in Venezuela is always a factor this time of the year. And over the weeks through Christmas and New Year's, the men and women of the United States military sat ready, patiently waiting for the right triggers to be met and the president to order us into action. Last night, the weather broke just enough, clearing a path that only the most skilled aviators in the world could maneuver through. Ocean, mountain, low cloud ceilings, but when tasked with a mission, this organization does not quit. At 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time last night, the president ordered the United States military to move forward with this mission. He said to us, and we appreciate it, Mr. President, good luck and Godspeed. And those words were transmitted to the entire joint force. Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land and sea across the Western Hemisphere. In total,
ready to start
more than
second half here,
150
folks.
Aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night.
And we're underway in the second half.
Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20.
Bulls with the ball, but not
and our
releasing it.
oldest
No
crew
penalty
member was
called.
49.
They
And
steal
there's
away from the
simply no
Stormers,
match
deep
for
in Stormers
American
territory.
military might. As the night began, the
Bulls still have
helicopters
a
took off with the
playing an
extraction
advantage here.
force, which included
Knock-on
law
advantage.
enforcement officers, and began their
Embrace
flight into
Papier.
Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States
Papier, the
began
ball gets
layering
loose over
different
there.
effects
Pollard
provided
ripped to
by
the ground.
Spacecom, Cybercom, and other
We're gonna
members
have
of
a
the
stoppage here
interagency
for the knock-on.
to create a pathway. Overhead, those forces were protected by aircraft from the United States Marines, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, and the Air National Guard. The force included F-22s, F-35s, F-18s, EA-18s, E-2s, B-1 bombers, and other support aircraft, as well as numerous remotely piloted drones. As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in Venezuela, employing weapons to ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area. The goal of our air component is, was, and always will be to protect the helicopters and the ground force and get them to the target and get them home. As the force crossed the last point of high terrain where they'd been hiding in the clutter, we assessed that we had maintained totally the element of surprise. As the helicopter force ingressed towards the objective at low level, we arrived at Maduro's compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2:01 a.m. Caracas local time, and the apprehension force descended into Maduro's compound and moved with speed, precision, and discipline towards their objective, and isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted
Ambrose
persons.
puts it in the pipe, and
On
this one's going
arrival
to be a
into the
penalty
target
for the
area,
Storm,
helicopters
for the
came
Bulls.
under
Johnny
fire,
Rudolph comes away
and
with it,
they
but they've got a
replied
penalty
with
here.
that
Could
fire
tie the
with
game
overwhelming
unless he
force
kicked to
and
the corner.
self-defense.
Bulls have
One
a
of our
chance to tie the
aircraft was
game.
hit, but remained flyable, and as the president
Stormers
said
blown up in
earlier
that
today,
scrum.
all of our aircraft came home, and that aircraft remained flyable.
They're going for the
during
post to
rest of
tie up the
mission.
game. Yep, smart move.
As the operation unfolded at the compound, our air and ground intelligence teams provided real-time updates to the ground force, ensuring those forces could safely navigate the complex environment without unnecessary
Pollard will
risk.
line it up. Should be
The
an easy
force
kick.
remained protected by overhead tactical aviation. Maduro and his wife, both indicted, gave up and were taken into custody by the Department of Justice, assisted by our incredible U.S. military with professionalism and precision, with no loss of U.S. life. After securing the indicted persons, the force began to prep for departure. Helicopters were
Kick
called
is
in
good.
to
We have a tie game.
exfiltrate the extraction force, while fighter aircraft and remotely piloted aircraft provided overhead coverage and suppressive fire. There were multiple self-defense engagements as the force began to withdraw out of Venezuela. The force successfully exfiltrated and returned to their afloat launch bases, and the force was over
Restarted
the water at
7:22.
3:29
Taken by
a.m.
Pollard.
Eastern
He's tackled
Standard
immediately.
Time, with indicted persons on board. And both Maduro and his wife were embarked aboard the USS Iwo Jima. In closing, what we've witnessed today is a powerful demonstration of America's
Ruck
joint
is formed.
force.
Ambrose to
We
dig it out.
think,
Kicks it. He
we
falls
develop,
as he kicks it.
We train.
Does he find
we
touch?
Rehearse,
He does.
We debrief. We rehearse
Stormers
again
line up around
and
the 10-meter
again,
line.
not to get it right, but to ensure that we cannot get it wrong. Our jobs are to
42
integrate
meter line.
combat power so when the
Stormers
order
need to get
comes,
together now.
we can deliver overwhelming force at the time and the place of our choosing against any foe anywhere in the world. I am immensely proud today of our joint force and
Line out
filled with
successful.
gratitude
Player
to
touched in the air
represent
again, no
them here
penalty.
today.
Ruiz
There is
does a great
simply
job of
no
snagging that ball
mission
out of the air.
Too difficult for these incredible professionals.
And we got a
and
penalty
the
against the
families
Bulls,
that
so this is a
stand by
kickable
them
one.
and support them.
Sasha now trying to run.
As we stand here this morning, our
take
forces
the points.
remain in the region at a high
I'd
state
take
of
the points.
readiness, prepared to project
Philly
power,
LaRue about to come back in
defend
from his yellow card.
themselves, and our interests in the region. This operation is a testament
Instead
to
of taking
the
the points, the
dedication
Stormers are kicking for the
and
corner. No.
unwavering commitment to justice and our resolve to hold accountable those who threaten peace and stability. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt
Not a great
gratitude
kick.
to the brave men and
Billy
women who
LaRue's back.
executed this mission. Their courage and tireless commitment to our nation are what makes us strong. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and thank you, Mr. President.
45:33 off the clock. Marco Rubio, Secretary of
To
State.
add to what you've heard now, other than the following points. Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration,
Some Morad
the
has
second
left the
Trump
game.
administration, none of those three
Line out
recognize
good
him.
to the
He's not
Stormers,
recognized by
or
the
to them
European
all,
Union and multiple
but they think
countries
if they
around the
turned it
world.
over.
He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million
They turned the ball
reward,
over. Chimney
which I
crickets.
guess we saved $50 million. And
Make sure.
yeah, exactly. But
Don't let anybody claim it. Nobody deserves it but us.
But I want to be clear about one thing. Nicolas Maduro had multiple opportunities to avoid this. He was provided multiple very, very, very generous offers and chose instead to act like a wild man, chose instead to play around. And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides he's going to invite Iran into his country, is going to, do the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gang members.
De Villiers is in for
going
Ackerman.
to take Americans prisoner and try to hold them for hostage and trade them like he was able to do with the Biden administration. Basically likes to play games all this time and thinks nothing's going to happen. And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when tells you he's going to address
this Reinach takes off.
He means it. He actions it. I can
And
tell
the
you,
ball's not rolling away. Come on, how about a penalty? You can't get the ball out of there.
He talks, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Slowing
When I
the game
get there,
down.
we're going to do this.
Sasha kicks it high into the air, but it's going to be inside 22. They better get up for it.
I don't understand yet how they haven't
Knock
figured this
backwards.
out.
The bull's knocking
And
on.
now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out. And I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States, and the president addressed it. There's a president of peace, by the way. I told you what I just said earlier. This guy had multiple opportunities to find his way somewhere else and figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now very happy, but instead he wanted to play big boy. And so now, he's got other sets of problems on his hands.
Yes, he does.
But I think that the message here should be for the world. Look, the president doesn't go out looking for people to pick fights with. He's not generally wants to get along with everybody. We'll talk and meet with anybody. But don't play games. Don't play games with this president's in office, because it's not going to turn out well. And so I hope that, I guess that lesson was learned last night, and we hope it'll be instructive moving forward.
48 minutes off the clock. We have a scrum now. President's going to take questions now. Can't hear the press.
Well, we're going to be running it with a group, and we're going to make sure it's
Scrum
run
to the
properly.
Stormers.
We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost
Down to 22.
billions of
Cobus
dollars.
Reinach puts it
It'll
in
be
the
paid
pipe.
for by the oil companies directly.
Pulls it out the back. He nearly
will,
trips.
Be reimbursed.
Sasha gets a Damon
for
Willemse, who drives
it's
down the
gonna be
22.
paid.
Tackled there by
And we're gonna
Creel.
get the oil flowing the way it should be.
Cobus Reinach gets hit as he releases the ball. Ben Jason Dixon does a great job to secure that ball and hold on to it. Picked up by Evan Ruist. Ruist drives inside the 22.
Are taken care of. We're going to
Cobus
make sure the
Reinach.
people that were forced out of Venezuela.
Sasha
this,
goes wide. It's picked up by Leyland Zas. We had a knock on there. A forward pass.
The U.S. running the country mean that U.S. troops will be on the ground? How will that work?
Well, they always say boots on the ground. So we're not afraid of boots on the ground if we have to have. We had boots on the ground last night at a very high level, actually. We're not afraid of it. We don't mind saying it. But we're going to make sure that country is run properly. We're not doing this in vain. This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack
Cobus
that
Fees is down
could have
getting
gone
treatment.
very, very badly. Could have gone very badly. We could have lost a lot of people last night. We could have lost a lot of
The Stormers only lost the RC
The equipment
here
is less
once
important,
since
but,
October 2024, and
we
that
could have
lost the Bulls
a
by
lot.
1 point.
And we're going to make sure that this is
February
proper.
this year.
We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money. We're going to give money to the people. We're going to reimburse people that were taken advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. They stole our oil. We built that whole industry there, and they just took it over like we were nothing. And we had a president that decided not to do anything about it. So we did
Got a scrum
something
coming
about
up
it.
here.
We're late, but we did something about it. Yeah, please.
Mechanism by which you're going to run the country? Are you going to designate a U.S. official
Yes,
to coordinate?
it's
Can you
all
just
being
unpack that?
done right now. We're designating people. We're talking to people. We're designating various people, and we're going to let you know who those people are.
Would run Venezuela.
Well, it's largely going to be for a period of time. The people that are standing right behind me, we're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead. I talk about a dead country. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're a country doing better than any country anywhere in the world, and it required leadership. Venezuela
Scrum is
has
taking forever to get started
a lot of
here.
bad people
It'll be
in
a
there,
bull
a lot
scrum.
of bad people that shouldn't be leading. We're not going to
Tie
take a
game,
chance
8-8.
at one of those people.
30 minutes left in the
take
clock.
over for Maduro. So you can
No
look
bonus
at,
points coming tonight.
And others. We have fantastic people, including people in the military. So we're going to have a group of people running it until such time as it can be put back on track, make a lot of money for the people, and give people a great way of life, and also reimbursement for people in our country that were forced out of Venezuela.
Bulls collapsed. How do they win the
Rubio
game?
would be.
You said earlier today that you weren't going to back Machado to come back and be the opposition leader in your Fox and Friends interview. And then you also mentioned the vice president of Venezuela. Are you going to work with the vice president of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship
Well, I
going?
understand she was just sworn in.
Penalty against the
but
Stormers.
she was, as you know, picked by Maduro. So Marco's working on that directly. He just had a conversation with her, and she's essentially willing to do what we think is necessary to make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro.
So the Bulls now move down the pitch. We got some substitutions coming.
Today he said he's not
Or do we?
concerned about
No,
anything
not yet.
happening to him in the aftermath of this operation.
Bulls line out from Stormers' 38-meter line.
Cocaine mills. He has
29 minutes left.
factories where he makes cocaine. And yeah, I think
Crowbar throws it in, gets it to Norquilla, gets it to
He's
Papier,
making
to
cocaine, they're
Pollard,
selling it into
and
the-
John Rudolph is on the loose. Finally
He does have to
tackled
watch his ass.
by Paul de Villiers.
Mr. President, did you notify any
Oh,
members of
and the Bulls
Congress
knock
in
it on.
advance?
Marco, do you want to talk about that? Because you were involved in it.
We call members of
Turned the
Congress
ball
and
over.
this
It'll
is
be a
not the
scrum.
kind of mission that
Stravino
the
Yakos
congressional
couldn't quite secure that ball.
investigation on. It was
Oh, and
a
Ethan
trigger-based
Fouché got
mission in
blood
which
pouring from his
conditions had
head.
to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement function. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, this was an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives of American
It's a
justice.
big hit on Stravino
And the
Yakos by
Department of
Audrey
War
Smith, who
supported
calls
the
that
Department of
knock-on.
Justice in that job.
All
Now,
right,
there are broader
substitutions
policy implications here,
for the Bulls.
But it's just not the kind of
Jan
mission
Hendrik
you can
Vesels comes in,
notify 'cause it
and
endangers
Nizam
the
Carr
mission.
comes in for fun starting.
Plus, if I could add one thing to that,
Watch this line.
Congress has a tendency to leak. This would not be good. If they leaked, General, I think it would have been maybe a very different result. But I have to say, they knew we were coming at some point, you know. A lot of ships out there, they sort of knew we were coming.
Marco van Stad goes out at 52 minutes
Congress,
off the clock.
Congress
Still
will
a tie
leak,
score,
and we don't want
8-8.
leakers.
Low-scoring affair in the mother city of Cape Town.
To watch this all play out live, what was Maduro doing when the U.S. forces entered what I assume would be his home? And also, was there any point where the U.S. was considering if Maduro pushed back or resisted killing Maduro?
It could have happened. It could have happened. He was trying to get into a safe place. You know what a safe place is, all steel. And he wasn't able to make it to the door because our guys were so fast. They went through the opposition so fast. And there was a lot
Ball
of
kicked
opposition.
forward,
You know,
bounces
people
in a touch.
were
Did it
wondering,
go
do
straight
we
into
get him by
touch?
Surprise. Sort of surprised, but they were
Khalat
waiting for
Patsy
something.
kicked it straight
There
in
was a
touch.
lot
He's
of
had no impact
opposition.
in this game
There was a lot
whatsoever.
of gunfire. You saw some of it today. But he was trying to get to his safe place, which wasn't safe because we would have had the door blown
Bulls
up.
line out. Stormers 25-meter
About
line.
47, I think 47 seconds, they say on average, regardless of how thick the steel was. It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door, but
Yeah, it went
he
straight
was
into touch.
unable to get
Workalant was being
to the
tackled
door.
as he kicked
He
it.
made it to the door. He was unable to close it.
Should have kicked it into the pitch instead of going for the sideline.
Go ahead, finish.
Here's a line out.
To be in the time being right now. Do you
Knocked in
know
the air
his
by the
exact
Stormers, then knocked
Eventually,
down, picked up by the
ultimately,
Bulls, so it's a
in the
knock-on
near
advantage
future,
for
it's
the
gonna be
Bulls
brought to New
again.
York.
And where is he going to be
Mr.
held?
President.
Where is he going to be held in New York? Do you know?
That's going to be up to the officials that do these things.
Mr. President, the U.S. has something of a mixed track record of ousting dictators without necessarily a plan for what comes afterwards.
Not with
Did
me.
that weigh on your decision?
Well, that's when we had different presidents, but with me, that's not true. With me, we've had a perfect track record of winning. We win a lot, and we win. If you look at Soleimani, you look
So
at
then
Al
the films they've been
Baghdadi,
talked
you
to
look
here.
at the Midnight Hammer. Midnight Hammer was incredible. Right now, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. We have essentially peace in the Middle East because of that. If you didn't, if
He's
we
the
weren't
world captain
successful
now.
with Midnight Hammer, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. So. With
So it's going to
me,
warn the
you've had
team
a lot
about
of-
penalties.
A lot of victory. You've had only victories. You've had no losses. Yeah.
How long do you expect the U.S. to run Venezuela, and how soon do you want the Venezuelan people to hold elections?
So I'd like to
So
do
the
it
Bulls going for the
quickly, but it
penalty
takes
here.
a period of
I thought it was a
time.
knock-on.
We're
Apparently it's a
rebuilding.
penalty, so
We
they
have
could
to
take the
rebuild
lead
their
here.
Whole infrastructure. The infrastructure is rotted. It's actually very dangerous. It's blow-up territory. Oil is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing to take out of the ground. Can kill a lot of people. It has killed a lot of people.
Should be an easy
doing
conversion
just
for
that.
Pollard to give the Bulls a
The
lead
infrastructure is
late
old.
in the game.
It's rotted. Much of it is stuff that we put there 25 years ago, and we're going to.
And he's going to pull it left. Yes.
And we're going to take a lot of money out so that we can take care of the
Bulls
country.
missed the conversion. Oh, Bulls
Are
got
you
not
saying that
happy.
Secretary Rubio and
Mr. President,
Bulls fans not happy about that.
Iran have interests in Venezuela. How does this operation affect your relationships with them when it comes to the oil and drugs?
And Russia.
All right, so
Russia, when we get things straightened out.
Aka Fundameva comes into the game, replacing Johan Gruberal.
We're in the oil business. We're going to sell it to them. We're not going to say we're not going to give it. In other words, we'll be selling oil.
What happened there? The Stormers
screwed
up?
Larger doses because
Sasha
they
getting pushed around by
their infrastructure.
Clark.
So we'll be selling large amounts of oil to other countries.
What's going on here?
Many of whom are using it now, but I would say many more will come.
Are you saying, Mr. President? Are you saying that, Mr. President? Are you saying that?
Mr. President, thank you. What is your message to the people of Venezuela today? Of course,
time had not been
time had not been called.
We have a lot of questions. What is your message
Sasha
to the
now
people
from
of
22-meter kick.
Peace, justice. You're going
It's going to go to midfield,
some of
taken there by Cobus Visa.
Should have had for a long
or no, it's Elric Lowe driven backwards.
But you're going to have peace and you're going to have safety.
Papier.
You're going to have justice. You're going to have a country.
Cobus Visa
you're gonna have
there.
a real country. You're going to
Bulls
have
now.
Potentially a great country. You know, if you go
Pollard
back 20
kicks it
years,
high into
maybe
there
even
to
a
the
little
near
longer
side.
ago, that was a great country, and they destroyed it.
And the Bulls come away with it. Jean-Andre Rudolph.
We lose
Sebastian
this
Clark, that
election,
was knocked on.
The United States will be Venezuela on steroids. That's what would have happened. Had we lost the election, the 2024 election, we suffered so badly. When you look at the border from 2020, what they did,
here.
what Joe Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten.
Offside.
But if we had to go through another year of that, we wouldn't have. We would be exactly where Venezuela was.
So the Bulls get another chance to take lead if they want, or they can kick it to the
corner. If
corner.
they win, we're going to be Venezuela.
24 minutes remain.
And that's what would have happened.
8-8.
President, thank you. Are you saying that Secretary Hegseth and Rubio are going to be running Venezuela, and will you be sending U.S. military
They're
troops
going
to
to be a
provide?
team that's working with the people of Venezuela to make sure that we have Venezuela right. Because for us to just leave,
so Pollard's going to go for the post again.
There is nobody to take over. You have a vice president who's been appointed by Maduro. And right now she's the vice president, and she's, I guess,
48-meter kick at sea level. But it's straight down the pipe, so you should be able to make this without any problem.
With Marco, and she said, we'll do whatever you
right
need.
In the middle.
I think she was quite gracious, but
here comes the kick.
She really doesn't have a choice. We're going to have this done right. We're not going to just do this with Maduro, then leave like everybody else, leave and say, let it go to hell.
No, he went wide right.
We just left.
Oh, Pollard misses again.
Zero chance of ever coming
Wow,
back.
he's got the Manu Lubbock disease.
Properly, we'll run it professionally. We'll have the greatest oil companies in
that
the
guy
world going in and invest billions and billions
the flags
of
didn't go up.
And take out money, use that money in Venezuela.
So the Stormers living dangerously here with 23 minutes left. That's two penalties that they've been lucky were missed. We got a Stormers player injured.
That got thrown out of Venezuela that are now in the United States, and frankly, some want to stay and some probably want to go back. Yeah.
It's Audrey Smith getting taped up.
And were any of the detained Americans?
Well, right kicked down the pitch, bounces down to about the 37-meter line, picked up there by Pollard off to Cobus Visa. Gets through the first line of defense, but then tackled. Stormers, did they turn it over? Yes, not releasing. And from midfield, the Stormers can kick points to take the lead here. Let's see what they do. I would kick it.
They're acting much differently now than they would have acted.
Can't be messing around here.
Okay, wait. Behind you, please.
Mr. President, why is running a country in South America America first?
Well, I think it is because we want to surround ourselves with good neighbors. We want to surround ourselves with stability. We want to surround ourselves with energy. We have tremendous energy in that country. It's very important that we protect it. We need that for ourselves. We need that for the world.
So he didn't even find touch. Sasha Feinberg screws us again. We didn't go for the points again, and now Billy LaRue kicks it down the pitch, and we're going to wind up with the ball nowhere near where we could have been. What a stupid series of events by the Stormers. If they lose this game, this is why. They've gained 6 meters. 6 meters when they could have had 3 points and a free kick if they missed it. Stupid decisions.
It's a failing nation right now. Very
unbelievable
failing nation. And we want to help the people. It's very similar in the sense that we want to help the people in Cuba, but we want to also help the people that were forced out of Cuba and living in this country. Do you want to say something about that, Marco, please?
Here's the lineup.
I mean, I just gave you a statement a few minutes ago.
Stormers knock it back. Cobus Reinach has it, gets across the middle of Sasha.
Suffice it to say,
he's taken down.
It is a disaster. It's run by incompetent.
There's been no wide open field play by the Stormers in this game.
But incompetent nonetheless. It has no economy. It's in total collapse. And by the way,
and a turnover for not releasing the ball. And that's the right call. Stormers screwing up again. Just giving this game away.
All that were full of Cubans. I mean, they basically
they've had 3 chances to score points when they didn't score.
Island took over Venezuela in some cases. One of the biggest problems the Venezuelans have is they have to declare independence.
Could be
from Cuba,
17-8 right now.
Basically colonize it from a security standpoint. So, yeah,
Can't
look,
keep
if I lived
hoping
in
that
Havana
Pollard
and I was
misses
in the
kicks.
government, I'd be concerned, at least a little bit.
Pollard gets a good kick down around the 22.
Well, the president already announced a week ago that anything that's sanctioned, it's sanctioned oil, it's not going to be allowed to get there. So that's a pre-existing.
The answer is yes. Yes.
20 minutes left. Stormers in trouble again. No points in the first half, despite having 70% of territory. And now they've given up 7% of territory. And they're going to.
Mr. President, on
Monday,
Monday,
I think it would be very tough for her.
Akafundameva throws it in, and it's not straight, so the Stormers get lucky there.
She's a very nice woman,
Wow.
but she doesn't have the respect.
Mr. President, is it possible that the U.S. ends up administrating Venezuela for years?
Well, it won't cost us anything because the money coming out of the ground is very substantial, so it's not going to cost us anything. We will. Well, we want safety there. We want to be surrounded by countries that aren't housing all of our enemies all over the world. That's what was happening, and you don't want to have that. But
Stovino Jacobs comes down with he's tackled immediately.
And
20 minutes left. Still 8-8.
The oil companies are going to go in. They're going to spend money. We're going to take back the oil that, frankly, we should have taken back a long time ago.
Rock form.
A lot of money is coming out
out
of the ground. We're going to get reimbursed for all of that. We're going to get reimbursed for everything that we spend. So it's going to be.
Chase is on. Who's going to get this?
It's going to be a very important. It's going to be a very important.
Sasha came down with it at midfield. Nicely done.
Last night, we have to be surrounded by
and a penalty against the Bulls,
secure
and then Sasha just takes off.
And we also have to have energy.
And he doesn't get any points, but gets down around the 28-meter line.
Energy, not where.
Kovac Reinhardt found a gap. Yes, come on. Oh, he gets it back to Paul DeVilliers. He gets it back in the middle to Ben Jason Dixon. The Stormers are down to 4 meters. Come on, boys, pick and go.
Is going to be a great
Fenta.
thing, and the people of Venezuela will be the biggest beneficiaries.
Oh, the ball is thrown backwards and lost, and it has to be picked up by Leyland Zas. Oh, my goodness. They had a try there, and they screwed it. Now they're only back about 18 meters.
Well, I don't want to get into the conversations, but I did have conversations.
And there's a knock-on. Oh, my God.
You got to surrender.
A knock-on.
And I actually thought he was pretty close to doing
Play is
so,
still going.
Now he wished he did.
Oh,
yeah.
there's a high tackle.
You said that Maduro is responsible for drug trafficking. You recently pardoned the former president.
So now we get a penalty after knock-ons? Offside. Give me a break.
Well,
they had the game right there, and they blew
I
it.
endorsed, as you know, the winning president, the man who won in Honduras. I endorsed the man who won in
Unbelievable.
Chile. I endorsed
Stormers
the
are just
man who won
atrocious
in
today.
Argentina. And we are doing very well with that whole.
The game is boring,
the
Matthew.
man that I pardoned was, if you could equate it to us, he was treated like the Biden administration treated a man named Trump. That didn't work out too well for them. This was a man who was persecuted very unfairly. He was the head of the country. He was persecuted very unfairly. And there are
So
a
is
number
the stop
of them.
as Elric Logan's
And we
treatment.
felt that it was a very unfair situation that happened to him.
Stormers
He's
on the
also a
verge of
party
scoring
member
there,
of the
and
man
they
who
screwed
won.
the pooch.
So obviously the people liked what I did. And one of the reasons that was done is because of the fact that the party in power felt very strongly that that man was treated very badly. I studied it very quickly, and then I studied it in great detail. I went to a lot of the people standing behind me,
is the total.
and they felt that that
In
man
attendance,
was
not
persecuted
55,000.
and treated very badly. That's why I gave him a pardon.
You referenced boots on the ground earlier. Can you just sort of button this up? Do you envision the U.S. military having a presence in Venezuela as the U.S. runs that
Well,
country?
no, we're going to have a presence in Venezuela as it pertains to
So
oil.
the Bulls
because
now,
we
they have
we're
their own
sending our
lineup
expertise in.
from about their 30-meter
so you may
line.
need something, not very much. But no, we're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground. And that wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people
Bulls
from
come away with
outside
it.
of Venezuela that used to
Andre
be in
Rudolph
Venezuela.
tackled in the middle.
And it goes also to the United States of America
Kick
in the
over the
form
top.
of reimbursement for the damages caused us by that
And a mark
country.
taken by
So I want to thank you all very
Warwick
much.
Gallant.
Thank you. Do you have one? Yes, please. You were so nice before. I'm going to give you the final question. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Mr.
Unless it's a
President.
bad question, in
It's
which
about
case I'll
Putin.
go one word. It's about who?
It's about Putin, if you want.
About Putin. Well, that's
Okay.
always nice
You had
to
a
talk
phone-
about Putin.
You had a phone call with him
Yeah.
on Monday. Did he talk at all about Maduro? Did y'all talk about this?
No, we didn't.
And
We
then-
never spoke about Maduro.
Are you mad at him right now? I mean, there's this
I'm not
intelligence.
thrilled with Putin.
It's a good clearance
I'm not
kick by
thrilled with
the
Putin.
Stormers.
He's killing too many people.
Ruan
I thought that
Famakis
would
come
be
into the
so-
game.
I settled 8 1/4 war. You know what the 1 quarter was? Thailand and Cambodia. I did it again.
Sazi Sandy has come
they
in.
broke out, and I did it in about
Van Heerden has come
5
in.
hours.
Van Heerden for
and I settled it. I'm giving myself 1 quarter, so I'm up to now 8 1/4. In other words, I settled the war, but then they broke out. They had a pretty bad breakout.
It'll be a Bulls
over the
lineup.
last 4 days, I got them to go back to peace.
15 minutes remaining.
So I only give 1 quarter. I thought the easiest
one
one
to throw
would
it
be,
in.
one of the easier ones would
He
be
has it.
Russia,
Midfield.
Ukraine.
Bulls have the ball. They go into them all.
And
they have an advantage.
Done some
Come on.
pretty bad things. And look, that's Biden's war. That's not my war. But I want to stop the lives. Did you see where last month 30,000? It was 27.
Big tackle on Pollard.
27,000 the month before. 30,000, mostly soldiers, were killed this last month. 30,000. I want to stop that. You know, I got NATO to pay 5% instead of the 2% that they weren't paying. They weren't paying 2, now they pay 5. And we send them a lot of munitions. We send them a lot of things, missiles and various other things.
So Pollard kicks it for the corner. He's going to get down around the 22, and the Stormers are in trouble again. Sazi Sandy comes in and gets a penalty immediately.
I just want to stop all those people. We're losing 25,000, 30,000 human beings. They come from 2 places that are very far away. But if I can stop...
Bulls line out for the 23-meter line. Stormers living very dangerously here.
Deals.
They've done nothing in the second half. Line-out's not contested.
But
it's knocked down by Stravino Jakobs again. And Stormers have it and pick it up and go. Under Hugo Fencher with a carry. Kobus Reinach. It's nearly intercepted by Akifanamev. That could be cynical.
A much smaller number, but they're being
come back for the knock-on. It'll be a scrum to the Stormers.
So I'm not happy about it. I thought that would be something that would get solved. We have Mr. Witkoff here. I think that we're making progress, but that's a war that should have never happened. If I were president, it would have never happened.
14 minutes
remain.
says
it. Everybody says it.
This press conference is never going to end,
is it? That would have never happened. But I inherited that war. That was Joe Biden, Zelensky, and Putin. I came into the situation, and it's a mess. And I will say this. I watched an operation last night that was so precise, that was so brilliant. I mean, it was incredible. If we had our
scrum
people,
to the Stormers,
and our people involved,
they need to get a try here.
That war,
they had a chance a few minutes ago, and they blew
would
it.
not have gone on very long. That I can tell you.
Thought they were going to score a try on it.
That war, to use an old term, that war has become a bloodbath, and we want it to get stopped. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, that's going to do it for the press conference. Finally. Okay, I'm glad that's finally over. Get rid of that now. All right, so we can focus just on this game now. Penalty. Stormers win a penalty in the scrum. First in a while. 13 minutes remain. Not driving straight. Now, maybe the Stormers start listening to me that a 3-point conversion can win this game now. Sasha keeps missing the sideline. Can he get it into touch this time? Be nice. He did, but he didn't get much on it. Substitution for the Bulls. Kutum Kunu comes in, replacing Vokolo. So the entire front row is replaced for the Bulls now. So this is from the Bulls' 49-meter line. Need a good one. Uncontested. They come down with Van Heerden has it. The Stormers into a maul. Fencher at the back of that maul. And it's collapsed by the Bulls. No penalty called against him. Fencher breaks loose. Jean-Andre Rudolph tries to strip him. No success there. Kobus Reinach trying to get to the ball. He's being told to use it. There's a box kick over the top. Chase is on by Leyland Zas. And he comes down with it. Brilliant work by Zas. And the Stormers pick up about 10 meters on that. Reinach over to Sazi Sandy. Come on, Stormers. At least get a penalty here so you can score 3 points. Damian Willemse spins off of Creel's tackle. He's down the 25-meter line. Reinach passes it short. What's the penalty for? Jean-Andre Rudolph not releasing is the call. Stormers, instead of getting a penalty, give up a penalty. Wow, this is really getting annoying. 11 minutes remaining. 11 minutes remaining. This is really getting annoying, folks. Time is off. One of the Bulls players lost the contact lens. So Chandra Ridolf won that penalty for the Bulls. So we got a break here while they get the contact lens. It's going to be a line out for the Bulls at about the Stormers' 45-meter line, 46-meter line. On the far side of the pitch. And we've got Stefan Unger comes in the game for Kobus Reinach. Line out successful. Bulls have it. Nizam Carr drives forward. He's tackled by the Stormers. They need to get a turnover here. Nizam Papier kicks it high into the air. It's going to be around the 22. Who's going to get it? It's knocked backwards by the Bulls, and Jean-De Rudolph has it, but then he loses it. The Stormers have it. The Stormers don't know what to do with it. The players don't know who to pass to. Kuno struggling forward. He's not held twice. He gets up 3 times and goes. Still going forward. Andre Smith now. Ball's available. Stefan Unger to Gelant. Gelant kicks it high in the air. Chases on over here by Zas. Who's going to get it? Knocked down by Zas. Kick forward by Sasha. Kick forward again, but we know it's a knock-on. It's a shame because Similani picks it up and throws it to Evan Ruiz, but it's not going to be a try. It's not going to be a try. That's a shame. It was a knock-on. Would have been really fun there. 10 minutes left. Hey, Larry, what's going on? Crowd booing, but it was a knock-on. No doubt about it. Question is whether the knock-on went both ways. So I think it was against... Seville Rue actually knocked it on first. Yeah, that should not have been stopped. That's no knock-on by the Stormers. They just been cheated out of a try. They never knocked it on. It was Villy LaRue who knocked it on. Wow, that's messed up. Stormers had a try there. Look at the replay there. I thought they knocked it on, but they didn't. Villy's down, and so is... It's Nkunu's down. Time off with 9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Which Shark you make another plan for? You sent who a friend request? I don't do Facebook requests. Oh, boy. Kudo's still getting treatment on the pitch. Stormers better quit screwing around, man, here. This is really getting annoying. Ulster still has a game to play, and the Stormers are barely ahead of them. At 32 points. A tie would get them 34, and it means that Ulster could still pass them, even with 2 losses. Everyone else is behind them has played, except for Leinster played 9. Well, Glasgow hasn't played 9 either. Stormers desperately need to win this game. Not going to get a bonus point victory, but they need to win it. So we have a scrum. I disagree with the call. I think that was actually knocked forward by Villy LaRue. Players are recovered. 9 minutes, 15 seconds. Stormers need to win this scrum, and it just kicked the penalty. This is an important scrum. Time is on. Crouch. Bind. Come on, Stormers. Win this scrum. Set. Come on, Stormers. Push. There they go. They got it. They got it. They got it. Oh, they pushed through. And no penalty call. Jean-De Rudolph tackled over the ball. He doesn't release. Come on, turn it over. Stormers have it. No, it's loose. How is that not a penalty for not releasing? Elric Lowe tackled. The Stormers. The Bulls have lost about 15, 20 meters. A knock-on against the Stormers. Are you blind? Makuna is grabbing his forearm. Should have been a penalty against the Bulls. Look at this. They just buckle. Stormers drive them back. They stand up in a scrum. Why is there not a penalty against the Bulls? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we kill more time, and the Bulls still have the ball. Oh, my Super Brew is screwed this weekend. It's been terrible. Take a look at my Super Brew. I think I missed everything yesterday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yesterday, I missed 2 out of 3. Today, I've got 1 out of 2, and now I'm missing 3 out of 4 here. Wow. Nothing going right with my Super Brew. It's gonna be. I'll get the wooden spoon this weekend for sure. 71-39. Clock is still stopped. 8-8. Crowd's having fun. Drinking beer, partying, even though the Stormers aren't winning. Should have won this game by 15 points. Remember, Pollard's missed like 3 kicks. Otherwise, the Bulls would be winning this game. I don't know why haven't been kicking points when we had the opportunity, Stormers. Still waiting for this. I know what we're waiting on here. It'll be a Bulls scrum. Stormers need to get a penalty on a scrum here. Do it again. They did last time. They weren't rewarded for it. Crouch. Bind. Set. This one's holding. Stormers driving forward again now, but Rudolph gets outside with the ball. It's tackled by Stefan Unger. Counter ruck, and it's knocked on. 2 knocks. It'll be a Stormers scrum now. Lots of pressure by the Stormers defense there. Andre Smith, counter ruck. Then Evan Roos couldn't pick up the ball. 8-8. Stormers get a penalty here, man, and kick 3 points. 8.5 minutes remain. Stormers have won 10 scrums and lost 1. The Bulls have won all 3 of their scrums. 14 scrums in this game. It'd be a bad time to lose 1 here. It's time for the Stormers to win 1 and get a penalty. Been a while since had a penalty. It's time Golden Griffey start paying attention here. Or Griffin Colby. 7 minutes remain. 7 minutes remain. Crouch. Bind. Set. Stefan Unger puts it in the pipe. The Stormers are driving forward. The Bulls collapse. There's the penalty. Come on, get it outside. There's a man on the wing. Come on. Oh, pay attention. Gelant Lelandzas. They had a man on the wing wide open. They waited too long. Now they throw it away. Still playing advantage. Suleiman Hotzenberg. Still playing an advantage here. Van Heerden. They're going to wind up losing the advantage here. Oh, Sasha's on the loose. That's forward. Come back for the penalty. Yeah, Sasha threw a ball, floated like 20 meters in the air. I don't know what he was doing. So, 6 minutes to play. You got to take these points. You got to kick these points. Got to take the points here. I do not believe this. They're going to kick to the corner. What the hell? You can't get a bonus point. You want to win or not? Oh, my goodness. 5 meter, 6 meter, 7 meter line out. They better get a try here. A converted try. Gee, many crickets. Oh, my goodness. All right, Stormers, 7 meters out. 8 meter, but that's not a very good spot. He had a 5 meter line out. That's a terrible spot. Little over 5 minutes remain. It's about an 8 meter line out. Stormers go up, not challenged. They come down with it. They lose the ball. Oh my God, they lost the ball. They dropped it. Nobody's back. Sasha's giving chase, but so is somebody from the Bulls. Sasha gets it. Sebastian Leclerc gets back there. Unbelievable. From 5 meters away, now they're all the way back at their own 10 meter line. Penalty for not releasing. Stormers get lucky there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Stupid. He came down and hit the back of one of his players and lost the ball. And Sasha barely got there and got off to his feet. Sebastian Leclerc had a great chase. And Elric Lowe called for the penalty. It was a harsh penalty, to be honest. So the Stormers now, with a penalty, get to kick it back down the pitch, but not going to be on the 5 meter line. Sasha puts it in a touch. And where's the mark? Going to be inside the 10 meter line. 37 meters. Unbelievable. Wasting opportunity after opportunity. 4 minutes remaining. Three minutes, 45 seconds remain. Stormers now 37 meters away. They need to get this in and then get a penalty. No challenge. They come down with it. This time they get it into a maul. Where's the maul at? Where's the ball? I see the ball now. Still going forward. Still going forward. Stefan Unger digs it out finally. Willemse didn't get rid of it. He should have gotten rid of it. They got help on the wings. There it is. Get it outside. Come on, look up. Work. You got a man on the outside. Now he finally gets it out there. Come on, Hotzenberg. Hotzenberg down to 5 meters. Come on, Stormers. Pour it on, boys. Let's go. Evan Ruiz runs into a wall. He's tackled. Spaces the ball. Sasha. Similani knocked it on. Oh, my gosh. Similani lost it forward. 4 meters out. Why are you smiling? Were they playing an advantage? They were. They're playing an advantage from way back here. 2.5 minutes remain. Unbelievable. They are not going to take the points again from 27 meters away. They better win this game. That's all I got to say. Is that a 5 meter line this time? No, still not. Oh my gosh. This is so stupid. What do they gain? There's no bonus point here. Now they're 15 meters away. What kind of stupidity is this? Unbelievable. Vukosella's out there now. Line out is good. Touch the player in the air. They're into a maul. Call to use it once. Still driving forward. Still driving forward. Matongo at the back. Vozuko at the back. Still driving down to 5 meters. Come on, Stormers. Pour it on. Pour it on, boys. Pour it on. They're there. They're over. It's a try to the Stormers. Yes. Yebo. Finally. Woo. There you go. Minute and a half left. Finally. Pay dirt. Stupid decisions. And it's Sazi Sandi with the try. No, it's Kunu. Wow, it's his first try ever. Wow. Mtukum Kunu with the try. They're looking to make sure it's good. That's good. He's over. Yep, that's a good try. Wow. Better hurry up. And he missed the kick. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He missed the conversion. The Bulls get the restart. The Stormers screwed up the restart. There's Reinhard Ludwig who just came in the game for the Bulls. Billy LaRue looking for space. He throws a forward pass to Creel. Not called. There's the Hooter. The Stormers got to get the ball back now. Leading 13-8. Oh, Jean Rudolph on the outside. They got Devin Williams down to the 22. Still driving. The Bulls now back to the 10-meter line. Villarreal does a dummy. The Stormers are out of position. It goes into touch. Oh, the Bulls kicked it into touch. What were they thinking? And the Stormers are going to win this game, shockingly. How did they kick that into touch? The crowd is exasperated.
But it was compelling.
Wow, unbelievable.
It was tense.
It was crap is what it was.
3 handling errors in the game.
30 penalties in this game. My goodness. Let's see who the man of the match is. Wow. So we get the 4 points, but not 5. Wow. This is one crazy game. It was, Loretta. It was a crazy game, to say the least. Let's see if we can't get the man of the match. Let me see who you guys got man of the match. I'll give you a choice. We haven't heard the TV announce it yet. Start a poll, man of the match. Who else we got out here? All right, so you got 4 choices there. There's your man of the match options. Possession 57% in favor of the Stormers. Carries 83-69. Tackles made. Bulls 100. Stormers 78. 244 meters made by the Stormers. 169 by the Bulls. 14 penalties by the Stormers, 16 by the Bulls. Oof, that's ugly. A lot of penalties in this game. Let's see if we can't get man of the match. Wait for them to show up here. Crowd isn't leaving. A lot of people hanging around. A lot of people hanging around. Can we get the stats off the screen, Super Sport? My goodness. We don't want to see the stats. Get them off the screen. We've already got them. .52 post-contact meters made by the Stormers, 13 by the Bulls. Okay, Hayani Shamangi's on the pitch. Let's see who he's down there with. It's with Ambrose Papier.
Mixed feelings, but on a personal level, a late call-up for you and almost instrumental in getting the Bulls the victory.
Sammy, it's always tough to come to Cape Town and play the Stormers here. And yeah, it was...
They're calling me extraordinary man of the match.
Tonight, one of the best in the world, so I can just take positives out of that.
And for you, almost rewarded for your hard work with the try early on in the first half,
yeah.
Inches in it.
Tough break.
Yeah, just the bounce of the ball, can go anywhere.
Exactly.
But a cagey game, almost test match-like in terms of kicking. You got probably the best view of the physicality at the breakdown and in the contact areas.
Yeah, I think our kicking were really well. We put them under a lot of pressure at times in the air, I just think we needed to execute from that scraps to try and score tries.
So just before I forget, your captain's right next to you. He's going to give you the medal.
Kia hands him the medal.
Congratulations, Ambrose, and all the best for the next one.
Thank you, Sammy.
Okay, Hayani Shimangi now talk to Ruan Norkia, I believe. Yeah, I think Reinach was the player. That was my player of the match.
Ruan, a gutty performance from your team, defensively a lot better, and a game that could have gone either way.
Yeah, no, Shimmy. I think first of all, credit to the Stormers. That's why they're at the top of the log. When they get their opportunities, they finish. I think we had our opportunities to win this game, and we just couldn't execute. So, all credit to the Stormers tonight for finishing in the 78th minute.
A different game, though, almost dominated by defense and set piece rather than slick attacking play.
Yeah, no, I think that's the beauty of North-South derby. Both teams are in it a full 80 minutes, and I believe, although it wasn't a lot of running rugby, I think it was an exciting game at the end of the day.
This game proved that there's still plenty of life in this Bulls team. Still a long way to go in this competition.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. There's a lot of belief in this team. I know it. We've been in this position a few years ago, so I know we'll get ourselves out of it.
All the best for the next weekend.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Okay. Now let's see if we can't get the winning captain over here, Salma Morat. Players signing jerseys, autographs. Richard Creel or David Creel, David Creel over there signing. Salman Morat.
Classic derby game. It looked hard and physical out there.
Absolutely, Shami. I think obviously it lived up to the SA derby status. I think that first half it was really tough. We couldn't get into our game. Overplayed that sometimes. Should have gotten maybe into the kick much sooner. But all credit to the Bulls. I really thought they were outstanding.
And also the confidence at the end to back the maul. What a fantastic maul try. A thing of beauty if you're a tight forward.
Yeah, I think Coach Rita, a lot of credit needs to go to him. He put a lot of hard work into it in the pre-season and in the off-season, and the boys bought into it. It's really nice to see that we got rewarded for it.
Saman, and finally, the home crowd.
Okay, they just ended my stream. That kind of sucks. Sorry about that, folks. So that's the end of that. Final score 13-8. The Stormers pull this one out of their backside here late in the game. Very disappointing performance by my Stormers again. Again, I'm objective. The Stormers are not playing like the best team in the URC. They've been fortunate to win 5 of these games, of these 8 games, 4 for certain. They need to clean this up. Credit to the Bulls. Their defense was up to the task today, but Pollard missed 3 kicks. The Stormers refused to take half a dozen kicks. Very frustrating. So you guys picked Cobus Reinach. That'd been my pick too for the man of the match. So that's going to do it. All right, guys, final score 13-8. Next week it's back to the Challenge and Champions Cup, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the end of it for URC till the end of the month. Thanks for being here. Please go watch my content on the other channel, at Colonel Chris Wyatt. You'll see a short about the invasion of Venezuela. Then you'll see a live stream about the news reports on that. And appreciate your viewership. Thanks a lot. That's going to do it for this one. I'm off to go meet the Stolze family. You guys take care. Only 3 tries in this game. Andre Pollard, Evan Ruiz, and then Mkunu got the last one late in the game. And the Stormers somehow win this 13-8. I'll take a win, but not happy with it. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.